Yes, my name is Bill Bailey, and I've been a 10-year resident of Brunswick County, and have two children in the schools, a 5th grader and an 8th grader. Now that you have terminated Dr. Pruden and appointed Mr. Tubb as the interim superintendent, as a parent, I want to know how this helps my kids. All this talk about new direction, moving forward, when will we get to hear these new ideas? You've decided to replace last year's superintendent of the year, chosen by his peers, by the way. All of a sudden, did he just become stupid? Oh yeah, that's right, it's test scores, you say. Let's see how many teachers have left Brunswick County schools in the past couple of years. I know 38 have left South Brunswick High School in just this past year. As parents, we were routinely informed by Dr. Pruden, his staff, the principals, as well as the teachers, how the test scores would drop as Common Core testing principles were instituted. It would take time for students and teachers to adapt. We were told to expect a 30 to 40% reduction in test scores. And let's look, your answer is to eliminate more teachers' assistants, watch our student-teacher ratios continue to increase, but yeah, it's the superintendent's fault. Dr. Pruden understood the difficulties. He knew that reading skills of our students had to be addressed. Reading specialists to help train teachers and teachers' assistants takes time. And incidentally, our test scores were better than our educators actually predicted. Ms. Babson, Ms. Cook, Mr. Miller, any of you get into our schools lately? Why not spend an hour or two each week helping 1st and 2nd graders learn how to read? Okay, see how difficult the teachers' jobs really are. Reading instruction, especially with kids that are struggling, requires small group settings. Reducing the teachers' assistants available has put more pressure on our teachers. Additional tutors, more parent volunteers are a must. I've been a volunteer tutor for the past 5 years, and I know the effect that diminished reading skills has on all learning. It affects every subject, including math and science, and it's distressing to see the kids struggle. But the teachers need help. Yes, teacher morale is low. Their jobs are hard, and they have to do more and more with less. I'm amazed at how they persevere, spending their own hard-earned dollars on their classes routinely. I see the creativity they bring to the classroom, molding young minds in a positive fashion. The enthusiasm that they have for teaching. And they watch you throw away, around $200,000 on this unnecessary superintendent witch hunt. Very nearly cost our schools $1.5 million, maybe even more, on your staggered school start debacle last spring. Unbelievable. And don't think we're as dumb as you think. We, and I mean parents, teachers, principals, and staff, all know that this termination was a personal vendetta. You're upset that Dr. Pruden refused your constant meddling in educational issues. Ms. Babson, your view of Brunswick County education is scary. The Brunswick Beacon quoted you on November 20th as stating that Dr. Pruden was responsible for Common Core. And I quote, "He's the head of it. We had supposedly a new program put in, but it's basically the same things we have been doing. It's not something wrong to do, but everybody had their own notion about it. But I still have questions about Common Core myself." Unquote. As a footnote, Ms. Babson, Common Core happens to be a state-mandated curriculum in North Carolina, not something our administrators chose to implement. It's clear you have no idea what Common Core curriculum really is. As for trust and judgment of the school board, you've completely lost all the trust of the parents, teachers, principals, and staff. Your judgment is clearly inadequate, you're dishonest and secretive, believe you can lie and cheat your way out of this disaster. Okay? We have a completely dysfunctional school board. And one last issue the people of Brunswick County need to know about you. It wasn't enough to unilaterally terminate Dr. Pruden without cause, attempt to ruin a fine man's reputation. You three also denied him and his family the customary 90 days of health care coverage following the termination. That's an unforgivable escalation of your nasty behavior. I'm disgusted that our elected officials are that vindictive. Any level of respect anyone ever had for you is completely evaporated with that decision. Tell me, Ms. Babson, Ms. Cook, Mr. Miller, please tell me, how do you face yourselves in the mirror each morning?